Suds. To talk to the guys, call 751-WIOD from Dade, 524-WIOD from Broward. Outside the 305 area code, it's toll-free, 1-800-944-WIOD. And AT&T wireless customers can call pound IOD at no charge. And now, Rick and Suds on News, Talk, and Entertainment Radio, 610 WIOD.
All-around wacky kind of guys, Rick and Suds. Drive home with us. Drive home with us today. Drive home with us. Call in and have your say. Hey, everyone. What? It's the Rick and Suds Show. Welcome to the Rick and Suds Show.
So I think we milked that pretty much for all it's worth. It's 2:04. Oh, look at that. It's 2:04 in the afternoon. Isn't that a nice time? Any time, actually, in the afternoon is a beautiful time. I've come to know, come to love it, come to cleave it to my bosom all this week. We have open lines this afternoon. Dade, 751-WIOD. I walked in here, and you actually weren't cursing at the cursor today. I found out why they call it a cursor.
Me too.
Yeah. You see, this is why I thought when you get a computer, I'll never see you, because it's just one of those things, mechanical things. You know I love you. Do you want me to give you a big kiss before I say this? Mechanical things throw you.
It's like getting a new car.
Exactly.
You know, you're not sure where the lights are.
Pretty much.
You know, you're driving down the road,
right?
It's getting dusk,
you're exactly
and you're going,
right.
oh, better turn on the light. Whoa. Wow.
And then it gets too dark to find him in the car. That's
then you have to stop and go to the hotel and call a hooker.
Exactly, because she always knows where the lights are. And she'll put them right out for you. So, where are we? How do we get off on that? How do you get off on a hooker? All right, so anyway, Dade, what? 751-WIOD. Neil is just as happy as a clam. He's as happy as can be. He's on his way to see the spaceship. That's what they call it, the brand new place.
Yeah? I'll go by tomorrow, I hope.
I'm going to go by tonight.
Are you?
Because I would imagine, Adam says that they've got a full staff of engineers there 27 hours a day to try to get this ready for us. Mm-hmm. And Monday, it's not going to quite be ready, and they feel real bad about that. They're talking about Tuesday. They haven't narrowed down a month yet. But nevertheless, I want to go up there and see it this evening so I can get as excited and start wetting things like everybody else who has seen it has done. Meanwhile, if I can just say this.
Yeah.
2 chihuahuas, raisinets, and skid marks. I'm sorry, you guys. You know, you gave that thing yesterday. We did the I love her or I love him but. And there were a couple of things that were fairly raspy. And one of them was the lady leaves, she leaves her calling cards out, her monthly calling cards, and like, a pile of them, kind of like a mound, kind of like Space Mountain. And...
Well, that's what they do up in the shuttle, isn't it?
What?
Oh, no, she's back now. So I guess there ain't any more Space Mountain up there.
Oh, don't start. Just because you got a woman up there in this shuttle, all of a sudden there's things floating around and guys like ducking for cover. That would be kind of interesting. Okay, anybody who's ever been up in the shuttle,
Wouldn't that, though?
You get to play this
Oh,
afternoon.
man.
I loved her, but
Weightless boinking.
you know, it has yet
There's
to.
the ride we're waiting for.
Well, that's what everybody. Yeah, if this shuttle's rocking, don't bother us. You know, however,
Docking.
don't bother
Docking,
docking.
yeah.
Very good, except that's what they've already done. Now, how do you know that shuttle hasn't been rocking before and there ain't been any woman up there? We don't know. And that's the thing that everybody wants to find out is, like, how would it be in space and what would you hang on to? Well, these are ponderables,
Sure.
okay?
I hadn't thought about that.
But I'm sorry, the thing that I have been focusing on and thinking about are 2 chihuahuas, raisinets, and skid marks. I don't see how that could be any less gross than that woman's pile of stuff that guy was talking about. And I don't want to start off the show, but I have to. You'll find that the first hour of the show for me is therapy. I got to get these things out and off. Because how can you go to bed night after night with 2 chihuahuas in between you and wake up? I mean, when we're talking, raisinets, he was trying to be polite, but that's poop. We're talking poop, dog poop, right in the middle of the bed, leaving big marks every single night. And this guy, and you guys say stuff that you can actively avoid, walk around it, is worse. So I think
the doggy'd be in the basement. I don't even have a basement.
Well, exactly, but that's the whole point. It's not. It's every night. This guy's waking up, and he's slipping out of bed at night, not intentionally. So anyway,
he deserves
that. Yeah, exactly. That's all I wanted to bring up this afternoon. We have many, many, many things to take care of. I just may have a heart attack for you right here on the air because I haven't had anything to eat today. I have had a couple of Excedrin, and they're loaded with caffeine. You just gave those to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm having some coffee. So an empty stomach, Excedrin, and coffee, I just may amp out and just flatline between like 4 and 5 for you this afternoon. We'll see. Well, the deal is I'm afraid to eat now.
Why?
We have no time to go to the bathroom on this radio
Maybe
show.
we could just put a couple of spot sets together. I was thinking about that on the way in today.
That's, people may say, big deal. You sit down for 4 hours any place with no opportunity to take care of any business at all, and it is a big deal. You start thinking about it.
This is something that has
to be addressed.
Yeah.
Maybe we should wear a dress. Maybe we could take care of our business without anybody knowing. That's all we need. A couple of dresses for Rick and Suds and Folgers can, if you would, please. Then I can start eating again. Right now, I'm fasting, and I've got a tremendous headache. That's why I had the headache and why I had to take the aspirin.
Yeah.
Because I'm frightened that I may have to do something here on the air. I can't take care of it. So those are all of our problems today. Chihuahuas, raisinets, skid marks, and no place to do anything. Isn't that a nice show opener? Adam is in there just wrinkling up. Adam, are you wrinkling up your face at me or the callers? Me. It's me? Subject
No,
matter?
man, I would never do that.
Well, you
the
would.
callers.
And yeah, sure. Okay. Well, let's find out why you're wrinkling up your face at them. Let's try Hollywood. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
We're loaded butts.
Back at you.
A friend of mine told me that you guys were on the subject of penis lengthening about 2 days ago.
Of penis wedding?
Lengthening.
Lengthening.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I'm not American, so bear with me.
That's okay. Where are you from?
Switzerland.
Oh, I could tell right away by the accent.
Well, not necessarily.
What is the correct time?
In Switzerland right now?
Any time. Right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's Swiss would automatically know the correct time instantly.
It is 2:10 and... I'm sorry, 2:12 and 27 seconds.
2:10:17. You're not from Switzerland, are you?
Yes, I am.
No,
Yeah,
you're from
we busted
Hialeah.
you.
Yeah. He's from Hialeah. Pretend he's probably
No,
from the Swiss
monsieur,
section of
je
Hialeah.
suis-
From the
je
Swiss
suis en
section.
Suisse.
Okay, what part of the
Ich bin
cow?
ein Schweizer. Io sono svizzero.
Well, hey, what's he calling us?
What?
He's saying he's schwitzing.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
Well, okay,
in
then
all
he
the
is
three
from
languages that
Switzerland.
we speak in Switzerland.
Okay, anyway.
In any event,
Yeah.
I was
He said vent.
I was a penis model.
Yeah. No, don't laugh yet.
You mean for penis swimwear?
No, believe it or not,
You
there
were
are,
a penis model.
yes. And
Penis
I know
colada?
all the secrets involved in the art of,
Penising.
well, not necessarily that, but at least enhancing what you have.
Oh.
Okay.
And all
I
the
just want to make
devices-
note here, just that, sir, we have started, since we started afternoons, like a radio log, if I can say that in the context of this conversation, and we're making like little notes of momentous occasions, and I would like to make note today that on our Thursday, on our fourth show, the first caller is a penis model.
There's several of them.
Yeah, name two.
There's, okay, with me.
Stumped again, see?
What do you say, Rick Dees?
Rick Dees is a penis.
no.
No, Rick Dees is a penis.
Yeah.
It all depends on what persuasion you're...
Well, how does one become a penis model?
With me, it was a very funny story, but this is the truth. I was when I was 12 years old, in a boarding school in Lausanne.
Yeah, and who?
In Lausanne, Switzerland.
Oh, okay.
And
that's where those Lausanne stallions come from.
No, not
I know
necessarily.
that. I know.
The Lipizaners are Austrian, but raised in Spain.
You think of those little Lausanne sausages.
Well, in any event...
What did he say, Lipizan's what?
Will you allow me to continue with my
Yes,
story?
go ahead, sir. We've never spoke to
Sir,
a penis model before. And it's,
Believe it
We're
or not,
all
there's-
giddy and we're muttering to ourselves,
There are
okay?
quite a lot of them. In fact, I've been working here in South Florida with that
Yeah.
the last 2 years.
Oh.
I'm sure your occupation
Believe me,
causes...
there are agencies that specialize in chins and mouths, eyes, noses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And-
penises.
Yes, of course.
What do they
So-
do, like before and after? Because I might be able to do that before deal.
You have to do runway?
Adam, you know, there's a fine of $6.10 for being funnier than us. Just relay that over the intercom and we'll say it, okay? And take the credit.
Now, is that a good paying job?
Do you have to do runway?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. These are all still photographs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, in most cases, if you are anywhere aware of the industry that exists in novelty toys,
Yeah.
somebody has actually to lay down the pipe, as they say here in this country,
Uh-huh.
to provide the latex model.
The
Sure.
Indians used to do that.
Yeah.
They'd sit around the fire and they'd lay down the pipe. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Listen, when you do that, do you get to, like, sign the mold anywhere?
No, but you do have the satisfaction of at least keeping one of every single, model that is actually being made.
Wow.
What do you mean by that?
I have at least, right now, well over 112 of those, of my facsimiles.
Well, let me ask you this. You've seen one, you've seen them all, I would think, if it's of yours. Now, you have 112 different poses of your particular penis.
No. These are in different colors and different...
Oh,
materials.
how do you do that? Kool-Aid?
No, not necessarily, but
Yeah.
the way I got started in this was I borrowed a film camera of a girl that was attending the same school with us.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask what kind of model she was.
Well, no, she was no. In order for us to be funny, we decided to all lower our pants and take pictures of our private parts,
That's the
Yeah.
first thing we do around here. Somebody
and
says,
then put the camera back in her bag.
in her what?
In her bag.
In her bag before
Okay.
This is before the end of the session, end of the term.
Yeah.
And
So she was not there. You took the camera out of her bag. Everybody dropped their pants. You took a picture and put it back in there.
correct.
Okay.
So by the time she and her family went back to, in fact, she's also from France.
Yeah.
They would develop the film and, of
Right.
course, have that surprise last picture.
Oh, I would say. Of how many of you were there?
There was 3.
Oh, 3 of you. Okay.
So,
But you stood out in the crowd.
well, at the end of the end of the summer, when we came back to school the next fall,
Yeah.
there was, of course, a notice saying that whoever had perpetrated that event needs to be immediately reported and needs to present themselves. I was ratted on.
I'm flashing on you presenting yourself.
Maybe he's being ratted on.
Yeah, and
and as you say here, and
okay.
I was fully expecting to be expelled and to be very much reprimanded. But,
Right.
Sure.
but this time, I'm only 13 years old.
Oh.
Wait a
was
second.
and was immediately invited by the mother of this girl
Yeah.
to go visit her at her studio near Lyon
Yeah.
for just for a session. She did not tell me what it was for,
So it's kind of like a penis de Lion.
Oh.
more or less.
Okay.
However, in France, there's no such laws against using underage models for that type of...
Yeah.
Really?
At that time, no.
Oh.
So ever since then, I have been doing that.
Wow.
Well, do you have a copier machine close by you can lay down on?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, like I said,
Well,
there's,
you
there's,
say it
uh,
like that, like I'm asking something out of the blue that you haven't done. You got
Well, this is a
112
serious
photos.
business.
Exactly. Have you ever had one where you just laid on a copier? Let's make it 113.
No, and
Flatten that baby out. Hello? Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm trying to.
You don't have to be with this, believe me.
The best thing that works, if you're at all interested in knowing what works to enhance the length or the breadth or the appearance of the apparatus.
Yeah, trick photography.
Is a neoprene tube, which does nothing other than relax the shaft or the corpus cavernosum by letting it warm up and letting additional blood flow into the corpus cavernosum, providing for a much stiff. Remember, all these weights, all these vacuum pumps, all these other measures just simply do not work.
Well, that's
just crap. Huh?
That's what brought this up. Was there's a thing called a Macho 32, and
anytime I hear about these things, I'd like to speak out about them because people can do serious damage.
Right.
And can, in fact, cause a much worse situation, which is loss of sensation.
That's right. You go hang on one of those abdominizers on the end of the deal there with the D-ring, and, you're going to be sitting weird.
Well,
right?
I suspect. But there's been many remedies handed down by many different peoples and many different cultures as to how to go about, improving upon your lack of endowment. But believe me, hanging weights...
That ain't it, huh?
Putting it into a suction pump does not work.
No, it's just fun.
The only thing that we were always told to use was nothing other than the neoprene tube, and then use it only sparingly. And that is nothing other than it looks like one of those, a smaller version of those neoprene tubes that you would put around your waist to, I guess, maximize the sweating effect of your waist to be able to drop down.
We're running up against a break here, and we do a thing every once in a while when we run into an expert on any particular subject. We like to let the audience ask questions. Would you mind? Could we do like a round of Ask the Experts?
I have some time. Yes, why not?
Well, that would be great. Okay, hold on, because we do have some pertinent questions, as in, what type of lens, I guess, would enhance it best. Some of the best places to go out on location to shoot some of these things. Where can you see? Well, I don't want to ask the questions.
Well, yeah, I still didn't find out if it pays pretty good.
Right,
I bet it does.
What do you mean it?
Well.
Okay, and where we could probably see some of the end work, if I can say that. It's 2:18, 18 after 2 o'clock here at WIOD. 2:21. Okay, do we have him up there, Adam? Because I was just telling Suds this is great. Just right out of the hole, we pull out a penis model. Oh. Well, you know what I mean. And I didn't want... I'm sorry. And we had this is also bizarre because we had a full board of calls. Now I say, let's play Ask the Experts. And a few people have hung up, but that's okay. You can call back later for whatever it is. Because what is your first name, sir?
Jean.
Okay, a little louder, Adam. Jean?
Jean.
Jean. Spell it.
Jean.
Oh, Jean, okay.
Well,
all right, Jean. So where have we seen your work?
Well, if you have many of these Spice of Life and Pink Pussycat boutiques, more than likely have seen my work.
Have they made molds of you?
Yes. Primarily, that's what I've been paid to do.
Really?
Yes.
And so how does that go about? You go into a studio, and they say, we want you to stick something in this.
Well, before it, you need to have, of course, the prerequisite full extension and have all...
Oh.
And, of course, it has to be prepared. It takes about 10 minutes before it's actually done properly.
Why, just out of curiosity, did they pick you? We got off on this thing where you were 13, and all of a sudden you were standing out in a crowd. Was it beauty?
Let's just say I have been, by the grace of God, well endowed. Yes.
Wow. So that's where mine went.
Well, let's ask him. I mean, that could be where all of ours went.
Okay, what's the measurement here?
I know in centimeters.
Don't be doing it in centimeters. You're in America now, okay? Let's go inches.
Well, it's 22 centimeters, which works out just slightly under 10 inches.
Whoa!
I'll be okay. Just give me a second. All right, let's go to the phones. We have are all of these people for our expert, Adam, or just the one that you put by the board?
Just the ones that I've written penis next to.
Okay, Miami, but you do that all day anyway. Miami, hello. Miami. Oh, come on, it's not you. They're not there.
Hello?
There he is. Hello.
Hey, I'd like to ask the guy, what kind of tube do you have to use?
Oh.
It's an,
You know, you have a certain sound of desperation in your voice, sir. Like it's
Well, I got a
answer me,
problem, and
please
it's
now.
Pretty personal.
Well, yeah, but you know, this guy, he makes it. Do you make your sole living off of this?
no.
Oh, what is it? What does it pay? Does it you pay by the inch or what?
It's believe it or not,
Like Subway?
no, you receive a royalty of the product,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and you have a one-time appearance fee.
So, however well it sells.
Correct.
Oh, an appearance fee?
Yes.
And you actually
Well, there
make
it
it.
is.
You make it appear?
Oh, yes. It has to appear, otherwise you don't get paid.
Sure.
Okay,
And-
where do I appear for this?
Not you.
Oh.
He just. It's a what? It's a pneumatic tube.
No,
Yeah.
it's a neoprene.
Where do you get this neoprene?
Neoprene is what's
Well, now maybe with him it's neoprene tube. Maybe with like you it'll be a straw.
the secret is to have it warm,
Yeah.
above actually 2 degrees above body temperature.
Yeah.
So there is ample ability for blood flow to actually enhance.
So you heat the tube.
No, the body temperature will maintain and
Oh, I
increase.
see.
It's like a wet.
I was going to say it's like it's a little wetsuit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. You got it, pal.
Oh, I'll try it.
All right. I can see them now. They're going to be heading down to BC Surf and Sport. I need a wetsuit for this thing. All right, let's try mobile on your dime. Hello.
I couldn't pass this up. First of all, could you put out a fire with that?
Do you have one going?
Well,
You can just slap it out.
Or do you mean like, you know, if the occasion arises?
Oh, gee.
Can you put out? This guy is he's from Switzerland.
He's a professional.
He already knows that Americans are crass as and then all of a sudden you call up a penis model and say, "Hey, can you put a fire out with that thing?"
Seriously, can you make your penis talk?
Sir, you don't want to answer that, do you?
We're sorry.
Yeah. You know, with every
That guy was
wheezing.
from Finland.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, had to be. You still with us, Jean?
yes, I am.
Okay. You just bear with it.
How long have you been here, Jean?
It's been over 2 years now.
Oh, okay.
Over 2 years. Do you get much penis modeling work in this country?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yes.
More so than Switzerland?
Yes, because in this country there are quite a lot of brokers that tend to sell primarily to the Asian markets.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, of course, in Asia,
Oh, well, in Asia, sure. You know, you just must make them go into immediate counseling.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, geez, I couldn't even imagine. You know,
I
the
never
Asians.
thought about
yeah,
that.
the Asians looking
Sure,
at this guy.
yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough for us, but man, you keep going east or west, and wow.
Miami's turned into somewhat of a sin city.
Yeah.
For more than just because, believe me, they are my female counterparts.
In regards to what? They don't have penises.
No, but they do have.
Yeah, but here's the deal. They have breasts, is what you're saying, right?
No.
Lo- Oh.
No.
Oh. Oh, really?
Yes.
Just wait a second.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't aware. You mean like moles?
Absolutely.
How come Suds? Adam and I are like looking quite puzzled, and Suds going,
Yeah, I got a couple in the car.
Come on
You know,
over here. Is that what's hanging from your rearview
just
mirror?
plug it in the lighter.
Oh,
those
that's
people
why they
not-
call it a rearview mirror.
For those people not familiar with the myriad of novelties that exist, all
Yeah.
they have to do is visit one of these stores, and they'll become educated.
Apparently so. Well, let's talk to. Let me see. Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, 2 things. First, I want to know if you ever have to do the penis casting couch. And second, I've been thinking about doing this penis modeling myself. And I want
When
to
did
know...
this occur to you? Just now?
No.
Because I didn't even know there was one.
I wanted to know, I'm Jewish and I don't have such a big penis. I wanted to know, do they...
Yeah, there you
discriminate
go.
against Jews?
You know, is size everything when it comes to penis modeling?
No, it's shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also contour and dimension. Proper dimension between shaft and head, and there's quite a lot of things.
Yeah.
I need to mention that I do have an agent. You don't just do freelance in this.
Does on his business card say penis agent?
No.
Okay. What's it
Ours
say?
does, and he doesn't even do that.
In fact, it says just professional image agent.
Professional image. Okay. All right. So did you get your questions answered, pal?
Well, do do you have to put anything on the penis, like a hat, or ribbon, or anything, bow tie?
Yeah, a yarmulke, sir.
No,
Okay.
it's not a bad question. I've had to do that, yes.
Oh, really?
You put a little yarmulke on it?
Little helmets.
Yeah.
Where do you put the chin strap?
One time
I'm
was
sorry, I can see it now. Are these like German war helmets or, you know?
Yes, one time I was the Kaiser.
Listen, Jean, you're most interesting to talk to. I'd like you to just hang on for a couple of minutes, if you would.
Okay.
All right, it's 2:28, 28 after 2 o'clock here at WIOD.
Talk and Entertainment Radio, 610 WIOD.
2:31, we have Jean, the penis model, who just out of the blue just called us. Apparently, we were talking about, well, we didn't, but in the morning show, I guess a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the Macho 32 and, a bogus apparatus that it was. Nevertheless, it says it could take up to a year to work, and it's got a 15-day money-back guarantee. And then I think we had in the afternoon a lady call up, and she was quite distraught at the size of her boyfriend's. So there has been some penis talk, and then Jean calls up, and lo and behold, he is a penis model and has all of our penis questions answered. Jean?
Yes.
Now, you mentioned just before we took a break that you've put a little helmet on it.
Yeah, well, I've done that several times, yes.
Yeah. In regards to now, what type of ad, or would this be for like a prosthetic? Or, I'm kind of lost a little bit here.
This was for the greeting card industry.
Yeah.
In fact, the person that alerted me of your conversation over this very same topic.
So we could see you perhaps at Weeby Joy's or part of you?
Well,
really?
It was a photographer that lives here in Miami.
Yeah.
Just finished a greeting card, which is a birthday card.
Yeah. And you put a helmet on, and what do the cards say? Attention?
This was not a helmet. This was the picture basically had me putting the finishing touches to a birthday cake.
Oh.
With what?
Excuse me?
With, oh, my gosh.
The cake had icing, but it just had the...
Well, I'll be blowing out that candle.
Jean?
Yes.
Okay. You see, I get the feeling that even though we're all tittering and smirking, Jean's heard it all, so it just doesn't even faze him.
Serious business for him. Sure,
So
it's his livelihood.
Here's a question Adam wanted to know. Do you wash your hands after a photo shoot?
Believe me, you can probably eat off the surface.
Okay, of the lens is what you're trying to say. Okay. And what would be the, let me see, I asked you the scenario. Just be upfront with me. When they say, listen, we want you to put a little hat on it, you got to feel goofy.
At first, I thought it was the stupidest thing on earth until basically they just,
And then all of a sudden they hold a check up in front of you, and hey, this ain't stupid anymore.
It's part of the work, and at first, once again, it took me months to finally come to grips with...
so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is one thing certain. None of my family have ever seen my work, nor they will ever see my work.
Do they know?
No.
Could we call them?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Is it insured? Like some of these stars have their legs and
yes,
such.
I do.
What?
Yes, it is insured.
It is really?
Yes.
For how much?
It's
by the inch?
No, it's It's actually insured just for 100,000 Swiss francs.
Really?
Yes.
So, let's say, is it like? Well, let me see. How would that go? Because I'm thinking because like in my well, no, seriously, I'm trying to make this applicable to what I have, like in my disability. Like, let's say I'm 80% debilitated.
Oh, geez.
You see, let's.
The insurance basically covers any type of damage, injury I would receive during the course of modeling.
Only during modeling? What if you're out there and you get hit by a train or something?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's they could put you in perilous situations.
Because the problem is that, believe it or not, sometimes I undergo up to half an hour or an hour of makeup, and during that process, you have heat lamps, you have this, you have that, and you have.
Now wait a second here. I'm just going to kick back in my chair and I'm going to pretend I'm you just for a second. Okay. Makeup. Okay, so they come there and you're just like, what do you do? Do you read a magazine? Do you watch them? Do you have, are there stirrups in a makeup chair?
No, my favorite thing is I just put on my Walkman and just cross my arm.
Really? And just